Welcome everybody to Kokomo, Indiana for Game 2 of a Best of 3 series to determine the Great Lakes East Subdivisional winner. Traverse City on top 1-0 in the series, taking Game 1 yesterday 9-2 at Turtle Creek Stadium. This game about to get underway here with this Traverse City starting lineup. Mario Camaletti leading off at second base, Tito Flores playing third, Evan Mayday in right field, Chris Monroe at first, with Trey Younger in left, Zeb Ruse in center field. The same 1-6 as yesterday. Only two changes in the starting lineup. One of them, Michael Steigels, DHing, taking over the spot that Camden Traficante had yesterday. Christian Faust will be playing short. And the final change is the catcher, Adam Proctor, will be doing the catching, batting ninth in today's game. Little injury to his wrist, so he won't be expected to swing the bat. He will really be there for the defense. Kokomo did get a lot of runners on base yesterday, and they stranded 7 of them on base compared to just 4 for Traverse City. Had the bases loaded in one inning and couldn't score a run, as the pitching for Traverse City was really good. Cam Schulke went 6 1/3, only allowed 2 runs, the Northwoods League Pitcher of the Year. And then Joe Horosco came in and locked things down. A huge success at the Pittsburghers. Only needed 2 pitchers. That means their bullpen will be very fresh and ready to go here in Game 2 if needed to back up the starter Maddox Hoagland. First pitch to Camaletti is about to be fired, and it is thrown on the outside corner for strike number 1. We're underway here in Kokomo. The pitcher for the Jackrabbits, Steven Silvis, who has pitched in 6 games this season, none against Traverse City, so they're seeing him for the first time. The 0-1 to Camaletti, rips at it, fouls it off the left side. It's going to go out of play. Steven Silvis, a redshirt junior from Chico State in California, a 6'2", 225 pitcher with a 2.42 ERA in his 6 games, a pretty good mark the Pittsburghers will have to face here. 0-2, Camaletti swings and misses. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, first out of the ball game. That one looked like a two-seamer, had a little run on it as it moved outside. A perfect pitch to get a really good hitter, and there's a quick first out here in Game 2. That'll bring in Tito Flores. Mario just got out. Flores, the third baseman tonight. Pittsburghers had to make some defensive switches as shortstop Camden Traficante had to leave the team after yesterday's game. So looking for some replacements, they were able to find the right players to put in certain spots. Flores can play third, so that's where he's at, and that shifts Faust to short, which he has played a lot of innings at Grand Valley State. 1-0 the count to Flores. Silvis deals. Flores chopper to third. That's Chase Mydroth that fields, and his throw a little off the back, but Dennis is able to hold the foot and make the play for out number 2. Silvis, a very accurate pitcher, attacks the strike zone. Has a 1.07 whip. Does not allow a lot of base runners. Has only walked 3 batters in 90 batters faced. Has 20 strikeouts. That strikeout to walk ratio, very, very good. Attacks hitters, gets ahead in counts. First pitch ball low to Evan Mayday, the right fielder, a 3-year pit spitter who won the title in 2019, trying to help his team repeat in 2021. That pitch outside, so the first 2-0 count of the game to Evan Mayday. Mayday yesterday had 1 hit in 3 at-bats. Had a single, and he came around to score in the 7th inning after stealing a base. Also had a sacrifice bunt. So 1 for 3 with a run and a stolen base. Pretty good game yesterday at Turtle Creek. 2-1 count to him here from Silvis. He fires on the inside corner, taken for strike 2. Maybe a hair off the inside corner, but a strike nonetheless. sticking with that zone. 2-2 count even. Silvas ready to deal. Fires. Mayday, little grounder to short. Could be a 1-2-3 inning. Fielded by Crampton on to Dennis. And that will do it for the first. 1-2-3. Go the pit spitters down in order. And on to the mound goes Maddox Hoagland, looking to secure the victory and send Traverse City to the Great Lakes Finals. Be back on Pit Spitter Radio. All right, welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. Game 2 of the Great Lakes East Subdivisional Finals. The Pit Spitters went down in order in the first in their half. So in the bottom half, the Kokomo Jackrabbits will look to strike and take an early lead. Jacob Marcy leading off in right field, followed by Gavin Grant at second base, Chase Mydroth at third, Dylan Dennis at first, Luke Spillane in left, Camden Vasquez in center. A new addition, Ben Lavorsi, will be doing the catch, and the only new player in the lineup, just switching catchers with Tora Otsuka DHing, and round out the lineup, Adam Crampton at shortstop. The only change in the lineup from yesterday is that switch of Buckley, the catcher, and Lavorsi. So Lavorsi comes in for Buckley. They also switched Spillane and Dennis 4-5. But every player the same except for the catcher. Hoagland deals ball one downstairs. Maddox Hoagland has been a pretty good arm so far for Traverse City since he joined the team not too long ago. Has only pitched in 3 games, 2 of them out of the bullpen. He made a start against Kalamazoo 5 days ago on the 11th. Went 5 innings, gave up 1 earned run, struck out 6, only 2 hits. 2.45 ERA. Marcy, right side, diving play. Chris Monroe flipped to first. And Monroe did it yesterday, made a diving play. He makes one here. It's the second time he has robbed Jacob Marcy of a base hit, and there's one away. Big man getting it done over at first. And when you can keep that guy off base, Jacob Marcy, you are doing something right. Gavin Grant now the hitter, another guy who is really good at getting on base and stealing bases. So he'll be another guy that's going to be important to try and keep off, especially early in innings, so you don't give him that chance to run. But with Adam Proctor behind the plate, there is a bigger presence, a stronger arm, ready to throw out base runners. 1-1 to Grant, shows bunt, pops it up, foul back towards the screen. That's going to fall off the screen. And so trying to bunt his way on, he fouls it. Now he has to protect on 1 and 2. Likely no bunting will be going on here. Defense plays back. 1-2 pitch from Hoagland. Grant to center. Ruse will find it, come in, make a catch, and 2 outs. So just like in the top half, the offense for Kokomo, 2 quick outs, brings in Chase Mydroth, who was hitless in the game yesterday. He was 0 for 4. The guy who had a average close to 350 in the regular season, 0 for 4 with 3 groundouts and a flyout. Just wasn't able to find a hole. Did hit a couple of those grounders hard, but also had a routine fly ball to left field, not hit very deep, and a soft grounder to third. Way out in front of a breaking ball by Hoagland, 1-1. Mydroth just looked kind of frazzled yesterday. Not able to get a base hit and help out his team. Might get a hit here to right field. Evan Mayday coming on, and he's not going to get there, and it's going to bounce almost over his head. The turf here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium, very bouncy. And there's the first hit of the series for Chase Mydroth, and that will extend the inning. Sometimes that's baseball. That ball not hit very hard at all, but put in a perfect spot. Mayday was not able to get there. And the first hit of the game belongs to Chase Mydroth. Now he's on with 2 outs here in the inning for the batter, Dylan Dennis. Fouls one off. And like I mentioned, Spillane yesterday, Luke Spillane was the cleanup hitter, and Dennis was 5th. Just a little flip in the lineup. Dennis hitting 4th here. Spillane is on deck. We'll see if the switch helps out the Jackrabbits here as they get a 2-out base runner. 0-1, Hoagland fires in. Outside corner, called strike 2. Marv Gomez behind the plate, doing the balls and strikes. He's joined by Justin Duplessis at second base and Manny Flatus in right field. That's one of the crews that Traverse City's had a few times. It's a 6-man crew here in the playoffs for umpires, trying to cover all the bases and the outfield. Don't want any mistakes. On a ball hit down the line, you don't want the first base umpire, for instance, making a call on a ball that hits near the warning track. He's really real far away to get a good look at it. And usually in the Northwoods League, they have 3-man crews, so they just combine 2 3-man crews, make a 6-man crew to cover all the bases and the foul lines. 0-2, swung on and missed. Maddox Hoagland out of the inning after the 2-out single. He matches Steven Silvis with a scoreless first inning. On to the second. This one looks like it's going to be a really good ball game. We'll be back for that second inning here on Pittsburgh Radio. Back here, top of the second inning, 0-0 ball game. He scores first from both pitchers. Jackrabbits got a base runner with 2 outs, but then a strikeout to Dylan Dennis ended the inning, kept him off the board. Chris Monroe, the first baseman, will lead us off in the second inning. First pitch swinging through a breaking ball. Monroe with 59 RBIs in the regular season, led the Northwoods League in RBIs. He is the Traverse City Pittsburgh franchise record holder for single season RBIs and home runs with 7 on the season. His last one coming against the Kalamazoo Growlers in the final home game played in the regular season at Turtle Creek. 1-1, and a pitch high from Silvis. Had a 1-2-3 first, struck out Camaletti, and then got a pair of groundouts from Flores and Mayday. Get himself out of the inning. Trying to face a great hitter in Monroe to start the second. 303 hitter in the regular season. And he was 2 for 4 yesterday with an RBI double and a single. Put a ball in play all 4 at-bats. Did not have a strikeout. In jeopardy here, it's 1-2. 2-2 rather. As Silvis looks for his second K. Into the windup. He fires, and Monroe fouls that one out of play to stay alive. Good reaction to that pitch. He stayed back on it on a breaking ball that was coming in and made contact to continue this at bat and avoid the strikeout. Still 2-2. Silvis again into the windup. And his pitch is a fastball high. The count will go full. It's the first full count here in the game. Comes against Chris Monroe. Trying to reach here as the pitch hitters yesterday. Only once when they put on the leadoff base runner did they fail to score. So that's the key to success here. And that's going to be the key to success in this game, hopefully, if they want to move on, as that is a walk to Chris Monroe to lead off the inning. And there's the potential first run of the game here in the second inning. Just a quick look back at the scoreboard from yesterday. The Pittsburghers scored in 4 innings. In 3 of those innings, they put on a leadoff base runner. So 3 of the 4 innings that they scored, they put on a leadoff base runner. In 3 of the 4 innings they put on the leadoff base runner, they scored. Only once did they not. So putting on that leadoff man can be big as they try to get the first run, take the lead, and protect it the rest of the way. Try to advance to the second round. Trey Younger, the left fielder, into the box now. Trey was 2 for 4 in the game yesterday, just like Monroe with a pair of singles and an RBI. He takes 2 pitches outside off the plate. Silvis trying to work that outside corner, getting a little wild. Younger against the Jackrabbits, 3 straight multi-hit games. And he has a hit in 5 straight games against Kokomo. 3-0 now the count to Younger. And like I said earlier with the stats, Silvis only 3 walks, now 4, in 94 batters faced. He does not walk a lot of hitters, but he's already walked Monroe, and in 3-0 count, he can walk Younger. Won't be the case on that pitch. He finds the strike zone right down the middle. Younger, yesterday, on August 6th and 5th, he had 2 hits. And then on August 1st and July 31st, he had 1 hit. 5 straight games with a hit against Kokomo. The 3-1 now. In the zone, hit to the left side. That's through for a base hit. Continue the streak. 6 consecutive games that Trey Younger has singled against the Jackrabbits. That moves Chris Monroe into scoring position. And the Pittsburghers here in the second inning threatening to score. First and second, nobody out. And then stepping to the batter's box is the center fielder, Zeb Ruse. Just like yesterday, like I said, it's the same top 6 in the lineup. And the Wofford tandem going back-to-back here. Younger just singled. Now Ruse, it's his turn. We'll see if he's tasked with putting down a sacrifice bunt to try to get that go-ahead runner in scoring position. Silvis is ready. No square by Zeb, and the pitch is high outside. A good strategy here. Now, if the infield stays back, then you can put a bunt down. But if they come in thinking you're going to bunt and you put that ball in play, you have a good chance of getting a base hit because they would have to react really fast to prevent basically getting hit with the ball or just trying to prevent a hit. Mound visit early on for the Jackrabbits as the Pittsburghers are threatening here with 2 on. Middle of the lineup, doing the job. Walk to Monroe, a single for Younger. Zeb in yesterday's game was 1 for 4 with a double in the 6th inning. That was with Monroe on base. He was on first, and they went 3rd to 2nd. That was part of a big 4-run inning for Traverse City as they pulled away. Looking to pull away in the 2nd. Infield back now. Could be a bunt. Still not squaring, though, and the pitch is called strike outside corner. That corner, arm side of the catcher, is being called routinely from Marv Gomez. He may be extending maybe an inch or so off that side, but if he's consistent with it, then at least the hitters know what to expect. And that seems to be his zone. 1-1, breaking ball. Called strike 2, came into the zone. Might have come across a little high, and I have to check the replay on that. But now Zeb is down in the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes, and he has to protect. You have to advance these runners. The 1-2. Zeb to left center field. That ball's going to drop in for a base hit. The bases are going to be loaded with nobody out in the 2nd. A great piece of 2-strike hitting from Zeb. He got a mistake pitch from Silvis on 2 strikes. He hung a breaking ball. And Zeb not trying to do too much with that pitch. Just put a good swing on it and lifted it over the shortstop into shallow left center field. And that's going to load the bases. There's nobody out in the inning for the designated hitter, Michael Steigels. Steigels not in the lineup yesterday. A spot opened up with Traficante leaving the team. He's DHing tonight, and he can make a big impression here in the postseason. Takes a first pitch fastball down the middle for strike 1. Steigels in the regular season hit .268, played 50 games for Traverse City, ended the season on a 2-game hit streak. Last time he faced Kokomo was 2 for 3. And that ball called a strike as well. Gomez with a wide zone early on, I'm able to tell. Doesn't seem so far that the players are agreeing with that strike zone. But it seems like he's being pretty consistent with it, so you can't complain too much. Now he has to protect an 0-2. And Steigels will protect. He'll foul it off the left side down the line. Big spot here. Monroe not the fastest runner at third base, so a hard hit ground ball. There's a potential to get a throw home to cut down that go-ahead run. A ground ball to the middle infielders, though, should result in a run. 0-2 to Steigels still. Silvis fires. Steigels holds. Strike 3 called on the outside corner. That is a big out, number 1 for Silvis. As now with 1 out, a ground ball could end the inning and could keep the Pittsburghers off the board. Jackrabbits loaded the bases yesterday and they weren't able to score, though that was with 1 out. So the same situation as yesterday. 1 away. Bases juice for Christian Faust. First pitch, called strike on the outside corner. Yeah, he's given that outside corner. It looked a little off, but he's being consistent with the call. 0-1 to Faust. Way out in front of a breaking ball. Now this is a big spot here. 0-2. Faust is going to need to get bat on ball here and avoid back-to-back strikeouts. The 0-2. And he goes down swinging. Back-to-back strikeouts by Steven Silvis. Now this is where things get really interesting here. The bases are loaded. 2 outs for Adam Proctor. He told Josh Rebant yesterday that he wanted to catch today if he was okay with him bunting. Still has a little lingering problem with his wrist. He might not be swinging the bat here. Maybe he will be. Shows bunt. Yeah, he's showing bunt. I think he is going to have to put a bunt down. Doesn't want to swing and risk any further injury. But putting down a bunt, that would likely end the inning. Shows again and holds on strike number 1. It's 1-1. So what's looking like what could have been a huge second inning, bases loaded, no outs. It looks like the Jackrabbits are going to get out of it as Proctor's not able to swing the bat. 1-1. He gets it down the first baseline, and it's a foul ball. Well, now if Proctor bunts, he has to hit it fair or it's going to be a strikeout. Even if he gets the bunt down, he likely will be thrown out. So the Jackrabbits are going to catch a huge break here in the second inning. Unless something wild happens. The 1-2 to Proctor shows bunt and gets it down, but right back to the pitcher, and he's going to flip home, and the Jackrabbits are out of the inning, and we go to the bottom half here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo Municipal Stadium, bottom of the second inning. The Jackrabbits avoided trouble as the bases got loaded with nobody out, but Steven Silvas was able to strike out Michael Steigels looking, and then Christian Faust swinging, and then got Adam Proctor out as he's not able to swing a bat. He had to bunt, and it was an easy play to get him out of the inning. So zeros on the board headed to the second as Hoagland throws a first pitch strike to Luke Spillane leading off. Spillane will be followed by Camden Vasquez and then Ben Lavorsi, the catcher, who will see his first action of the series as he did not catch the game yesterday. This be a big inning to get a couple outs to start. As talked about it yesterday on the Northwoods League stream. But with the bottom two in the lineup, Tora Otsuka and Adam Crampton, both those guys hit over 300 in the regular season. Really good bats. And then the lineup turns over for Jacob Marcy and the top. So if runners get on base at the bottom and they get the lineup turned over, that's where they could score all of their runs. Based on how yesterday's game went, that's how it looks like Kokomo would have to score. as the middle to bottom part of the lineup from Grant down to the catcher Buckley managed one hit in 20 at-bats. 2-2 pitch here. Hoagland outside corner. Ring him up, called strike 3. Good pitch there from Maddox Hoagland. Fastball caught the zone. One away. His second strikeout. Brings in Camden Vasquez, center fielder. Everything about the Jackrabbits is the same tonight. Positionally and in the order pretty much. Liner right at the third baseman, Tito Flores, and he snags it for out number 2. A pair of quick outs here in the inning. With a little bit of a lefty shift on for Vasquez that made the play pretty easy for Flores. As if he's playing in his normal spot, he might be too close to third base to make that catch. That ball might have squeaked right through the gap. And now maybe another lefty shift for Ben Lavorsi, the catcher. But the last time these two teams played, got a couple singles past Mario Camaletti at second base on the pole side. So maybe Mario will shade a little bit more towards his left and cover that hole. 1-0 count to Lavorsi, a sub-200 hitter in the regular season for the Jackrabbits. But better average than Buckley, who was the catcher yesterday. 191 is his average. And against Traverse City, was 2 for 4. Had those 2 singles through the right side, like I mentioned. 3 runs were scored in a 14-5 victory for the Jackrabbits. But the game before that was 0 for 3. And then the game before that, 2 for 6. So a little back and forth at the plate. Getting hits in some games, and then other games not so much. We'll see which Ben Lavorsi shows up tonight in a 2-2 count. 2's all over the board. With 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in inning number 2. And Lavorsi, where's number 2? And on the 2-2 pitch, he fouls it off. So the count will remain at 2 balls, 2 strikes. Big starting point for the Pittsburghers in the third. They'll have the top of the order up. They went 1-2-3 in the first, but if that second inning tells them anything, it's that Silvas is vulnerable on the hill, and they have him right where they want him. Lavorsi tried to check swing. He taps it back to Hoagland on the mound. Throw to first is down low. Monroe cannot dig it out off his glove, and safe at first will be Ben Lavorsi. That's going to be an error, I think, on Hoagland, who made a low throw. And what would have been a 1-2-3 inning extends it for Toru Otsuka, the designated hitter. Just have to see if that's an error on Hoagland or Monroe. Then they give it to Hoagland, which is the right call. Otsuka had just 1 hit yesterday, but he hit 400 in the regular season. So if there's anyone that can get on base here tonight, it is him. A 400 hitter with only 1 extra base hit. Doesn't hit it very hard. He just puts it right over the shortstop's head usually. Goes the other way. Little slap hitter, which is the Japanese style. Otsuka is Japanese-American from San Diego, California. Plays his college ball at the University of San Diego. Just puts balls the other way into left center field, and he's been very successful doing that this season. Rolls one over to second. Camaletti's got to hurry up. Otsuka has speed, and he will make the play in time to retire the side. Another 2-out base runner reaches for the Jackrabbits, but they can't score. We're zeros through the first 2, on to the third on Pittsburgh Radio. Top of inning number 3 here in Kokomo. The Pit Spitters and Jackrabbits locked 0-0. Pit Spitters loaded the bases in the second, not able to score with nobody out. A pair of strikeouts and a ground out ended that threat. But the top of the order is up for Traverse City. Leading off is Mario Camaletti, who struck out in the first on 3 pitches. Takes ball 1 here. Had a home run yesterday, his first in his Pit Spitter career. He's been with the team now for 3 seasons. 2019, 2020, and 2021. Finally got one out of the ballpark. Took a curveball from the starting pitcher Ryan Fleming out to right field. 2-0 the count here. Got a fastball. Ooh, might have been a changeup. That had a little bit of break. Arm side of the pitcher. Camaletti swings right through it. It's 2-1. Mario was just 1 for 5 yesterday with that home run. Was 2 for 6 against Battle Creek in the final regular season game. Last regular season home game, he was 1 for 5 as well. But it was a huge 2-run double in the bottom of the 8th inning that broke a tie at 3, and the Pit Spitters will win the game by that score. His hit being the game winner. 3-1 count, and he gets a strike down Broadway, 3-2. But Mario Camaletti not afraid of these counts. He actually prefers a full count. That's why he led the league in walks this year. His 3-2 on his way. Silvis fires. Mario grounded to second, fielded by Grant, and there's one away. Well, he worked the count and probably got a good pitch to hit. Fastball inside. Just not able to get under it and get any lift on it. Just drove it right into the ground, right at the second baseman, Grant. So there's the first out. And in steps Tito Flores. Tito grounded out to the third baseman, Chase Mydroth, in the first inning, his first at-bat. Trying to get some lift on it. This time up. Takes ball 1 low in the dirt. So far, no fly balls for Traverse City, at least fly ball outs. The only ball hit in the air was the single by Zeb. Little line drive over the head of Crampton at short. Younger's hit, though, was on the ground. So no real lift so far. And that could be Silvis's MO, a ground ball pitcher. That gets him in these situations where he doesn't give up a lot of fly balls. Count to Tito, 2 balls, no strikes. 2-0 fastball, he swings right through it. So back-to-back hitters on 2-0 trying to hunt a fastball. They swing and miss, and the count to 2 balls, 1 strike. Camaletti would ground out after working the count full. See how Tito works this count. Currently at 2-1. Takes a pitch right down the middle. Breaking ball. Good pitch from Silvis. Had Tito out in front, lunging, thinking it was a fastball. But by the time he realized it was not, it was too late. It was in the glove of Lavorsi. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And on 2-2, Silvis deals, and Flores chases strike 3 down low. That's the 4th strikeout so far for Steven Silvis. Top of the lineup for the Pit Spitters, providing very little resistance here against Silvis. 2 up, 2 down, just like in the first. And Silvis will look to put down the top 3 hitters in order once again. Strike 1, fastball inside to Evan Mayday. Mayday grounded out to the shortstop, Crampton. In his first at-bat, that ended the first inning. Swing and a miss. I think that is a 2-seamer. It moves arm side a little bit, and that little bit of run is all that Silvas needs to get these hitters, especially Mayday, it runs away from him. So he's down 0-2. Silvas spikes one in the dirt, but Mayday holds. Same pitch, he got Flores to chase. But Mayday lays off. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 2 outs. No one on base here. And Silvas' 1-2 pitch. Mayday checked his swing, but he did not go around. They even appeal down to Davian Fry at third base, and he agrees, no swing, 2-2. Mayday, a 300 hitter during the regular season at 308, looking to provide a 2-out hit here. Count even at 2-2. Silvas looking for a perfect inning here. Deals. High, ball 3. The count will run full. Pittsburgh's working some pitches in the inning. 16 pitches already. 53 for the game. Working Silvas' pitch count. Another full count delivery, and Silvas' payoff pitch is inside. Mayday will work a 2-out walk. Good at-bat put together by Evan Mayday. And that puts on the speed threat, which is really big because one of 2 things could happen. One of those is Mayday could steal second and then score on a base hit. And another possibility is Monroe could put a ball in a gap and Mayday could score from first with that speed. Game against Kalamazoo when Chris Monroe hit a home run was 4 for 5 with a pair of doubles. Both times he doubled. Mayday scored from first on those doubles, so there's no reason to think he couldn't score from a ball in the gap here. 0-1 after Monroe swings through strike number 1. Mayday getting a lead. And Silvas taking a long time on the mound, looking him back. He deals, and Monroe out in front of that pitch. It's 0-2. A couple off speeds to Monroe, which has him out in front, and that's really been the one pitch that Monroe struggles to hit this season. The breaking ball that drops below the knees. He has had problems with that pitch at times. Other times, though, shows the discipline and is able to lay off and try to work counts. He's going to have to do that here on 0-2, as there's no reason Silvas wouldn't go back to it. Oh, he tried to go back to it. He skipped it about a foot or 2 in front of home plate, and luckily for him, Lavorsi was able to get his chest in front of it and block it. Otherwise, Mayday would be standing on second base right now. Big block for Ben Lavorsi. A 20-pitch inning already for Silvas. And his 1-2. Outside, another great block by Lavorsi. That ball was in the left-hand batter's box. Slid over on his knees and kept that one in front. You can see the strategy. He's trying to get a chase to Monroe, trying to throw breaking balls. But those last 2 pitches just hasn't had the release point. See if he comes back or if he goes with a heater on 2-2. Mayday takes off, and Monroe goes down swinging. That will end the inning. 5 strikeouts for Steven Silvas. He's dealing here against the Pittsburghers. On to the bottom of the 3rd inning. 0s on the board here on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the third inning here at Kokomo. Game 2 of the best-of-3 series with Traverse City leading 1-0. In a pitcher's duel so far here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. The Pittsburghers, though, have had their chances. They've put 4 runners on base. The Jackrabbits so far have put 2 runners on base, 1 per inning, all with 2 outs. So Maddox Hoagland has been able to get the first 2 hitters out every inning, but it's the third out that has been elusive. But he has gotten right after putting on a 2-out base runner. Adam Crampton is the leadoff hitter, and he shoots one through the right side for a base hit, the same exact base hit that he had yesterday in his first at-bat. That was in the second inning, this one in the third inning. And that is going to start the Jackrabbit third. And that is going to bring in the top of the order. That's why getting these guys out at the bottom is so important, because now with Jacob Marcy at the plate, he's fast. So got to be aware of a bunt. He could try to put down a sacrifice bunt, and that could very quickly turn from a sacrifice bunt into a bunt for hit. Doesn't square around and takes first pitch ball from Hoagland, who is matching Silvis so far. Has 2 strikeouts, 1 in the first, 1 in the second. Only 1 hit, that came in the first. But he committed an error in the second. That ball gets away from Proctor, and down to second base will go Crampton. And on the wild pitch, the Jackrabbits have a go-ahead runner in scoring position with nobody out. Now we could see a bunt by Jacob Marcy. But in a 2-0 count, a good hitter at the plate might not see a bunt. Might see him just try to swing away and put one on the right side. See what the strategy is here. Ball on the ground would do the same thing as a bunt. He does show, and he takes high. 3 balls, no strikes. This is an important pitch, because if you allow Marcy to reach base on a walk, then Gavin Grant in the on-deck circle will put down a bunt, and then it'll be third and second, 1 out, instead of just runner on third with 1 out. Got to throw a strike. And Hoagland will on the outside corner with the fastball. So it's 3-1. Marcy's still in the driver's seat, trying to move that go-ahead runner to third. Shows bunt and misses on the bunt attempt. So that's a strike, and the count is 3-2. Hoagland bailed out there as that ball was not made, did not make contact with it. So it's a full count. A strikeout would be huge, but at the very least, try and keep this ball in the infield. The 3-2 from Maddox Hoagland deals. Marcy to right center field. That ball is going to get down, go to the gap. That's going to go for a triple at least. And holding up at third with a RBI triple is Jacob Marcy. And the Jackrabbits are on the board first. That's a good piece of hitting from Marcy. The Pittsburghers have seen that time and time again. He doubled yesterday in his first at-bat. Now he triples. They know he has got pop. And virtually no chance the Pittsburghers keep him from scoring to make it 2-0. It would take a masterful effort here from Hoagland to get out of this with only that 1 run. But Silvis was able to do it with the bases loaded. Oh, that's going to score a run. That's in the gap. Zeb on the run. He will make a great catch. So at the very least, he keeps Grant from getting a triple. But another run comes in on the sac fly. It's 2-0 Jackrabbits. And that second inning for the Pittsburghers now looking like a real missed opportunity, as they would have scored at least one run had a ball been put in play. But instead they struck out twice with the bases loaded, and then Proctor had to bunt because he can't swing. Just not able to put a ball in play cost them in that spot. And the Jackrabbits not trying to do too much. Little opposite field poke by Crampton. And then Marcy, just a line drive base hit. And now a 2-1 count to Chase Mydroth, who singled in his first at-bat to right field. A little blooper that Evan Mayday was not able to get to in time, and it dropped in. Two ones down low, so it's 3 balls and 1 strike. 2 hits in the inning have led to 2 Kokomo runs. Hoagland's only out a deep fly out. And on 3-1, he will walk Chase Mydroth. So Mydroth down to first. He's been on base both times tonight. Singled and now walked. Brings in Dylan Dennis, the first baseman, who's 0 for 1. Dennis struck out swinging his first at-bat. One of just 2 strikeouts that Hoagland has picked up in the game so far. First pitch to Dennis is fouled off down the right side, out of play. Dylan Dennis during the regular season hit .240. He was 0 for 4 in Game 1 yesterday. And he pops one up out of play over the press box. Now he's down 0-2. Hoagland could pick out a 3rd strikeout here. Oh, 2 with Mydroth leading from first. Hoagland fires, and just low, ball 1. Definitely beneficial for Kokomo to have 5 guys that hit over 300, all batting in a row. And instead of putting them 1 through 5, they mix it up and put 3 of them at the top and then 2 of them at the bottom, which just turns over the lineup. And it's for reasons exactly like this inning. So the bottom of the lineup can produce a hit and turn it over back to the top. So they hit with base runners. For Traverse City, they only had 3 players bat over 300 in the regular season. And they're all in the top 4, Camaletti, Mayday, and Monroe. Flores was close at 295. And then Younger was 279. But then the bottom 3 hitters, with Steigels, who hit 268 in the regular season, Faust at 198, and Proctor at 213. Different lineup makeup for both these teams. 2 outs after Dennis's fly out to center for Luke Spillane, and he hits one to right center. Mayday will drift, fight the sun. He'll make the catch. Inning over, but the Jackrabbits strike first. They scored 2 runs on 2 hits to start the inning, a single and a triple, and then a sac fly. On to the 4th inning. Pittsburghers playing from behind once again on Pittsburgh Radio. Top of the fourth. And the Pittsburghers find themselves in a 2-0 hole after the third, with the Jackrabbits led off with a single, then got a triple and a sac fly to take the early lead. But they took an early lead yesterday, and the Pittsburghers went on to score 8 runs in a row and would ultimately win the game by 7. So, always time left, especially here in the fourth inning. Got 6 innings left to play. So the Pittsburghers, the away team, are guaranteed 6 more trips to the plate. And this is the spot in the lineup where they got things going in the second with Trey Younger leading off. He singled in his last at-bat, right through the left side between third and short. His Wofford teammate, Zeb Ruse, singled right behind him to load the bases, but the Pittsburghers didn't score a run. And right now, that looking really big. As a run, at least one run scored there would make this game 2-1, but they had a chance for a big inning. Just weren't able to put a ball in play. Silvis with a couple strikeouts that inning to get out of it. He has 5 in the game so far. 2-1 is high, so it's 3 balls, 1 strike to Trey Younger. One of the shortest players on the team at just 5'9", and that worked to his advantage there as that ball was just high. It's a 3-1 pitch here from Steven Silvis. Flyers, Younger to the left side again. Crampton, though, backhand across the body. Is it on first? Dylan Dennis with a fantastic play to rob Trey Younger of a second hit. That throw by Crampton was high, but Dennis was able to keep his foot on the bag and extend into foul territory to make the catch. And that keeps Younger off base, 1 away for Zeb Ruse. Singled in his last at-bat, so he's 1 for 1. And will try to reach base here to start something. Takes the first pitch strike on the inside corner. Zeb got on base a lot during the regular season, though his average was only .218. His on base was .408. So he's very successful at getting on base. A lot on a hit by pitch, as he led the Northwoods League in hit by pitches with 20. Also walked 27 times. So that right there is 47 free passes, basically. 1-1 count. Silvis's pitch. Breaks into the strike zone. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Pittsburghers know the scouting report on Silvis is he throws a lot of strikes. And he continues to do so here. And on 1 and 2, Zeb goes down swinging, chasing a breaking ball in the dirt. Already 6 strikeouts for the Kokomo starting pitcher. And after that second inning, he has settled down in a big way. After that walk to Zeb, he's now went through the lineup one more time, faced 9 hitters, only allowed 1 of them to reach base on a walk, and has struck out 5 of the last 9 he's faced. Brings in Michael Steigels, who struck out looking with the bases loaded and nobody out in the second inning. Sure, he would love to have that at-bat back, but instead he has to try and reach with 2 outs. Takes 2 pitches high. It's 2-0. And now Silvis has to tie his shoe on the mound, so time is called briefly, so he can do that. And now ready to go again. His 2-0 pitch here to Michael Steigels is on the outside corner for strike 1, 2 balls, 1 strike. Yep, that outside corner is getting called a lot so far by Marv Gomez. Steigels grounder left side. Crampton, another backhand play across the body. That ends the inning. 1-2-3 go the Pittsburghers. Third inning that they have not gotten a hit, and they trail 2-0 to the bottom of the fourth here on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the fourth inning here at Kokomo Municipal Stadium. Jackrabbits are on top 2-0. The Pittsburghers have only managed a pair of hits both in the second inning, have not gotten anything going besides that second inning. And since then, Steven Silvis, the Kokomo starter, has been lights out. Little ground ball to Camaletti. He flips to Monroe at first. That will take care of Cannon Vasquez for the first out here in the fourth. Jackrabbits got a pair of runs last inning. So Hoagland trying to bounce back and throw a scoreless frame here. Try to get his bottom of the order to do something in the fifth inning. As the catcher Ben Lavorsi stands in, reached on an error. His first at-bat in the second. He's 0 for 1. That error was committed by Hoagland, the pitcher, on a little comebacker that he threw short of first base, and Monroe wasn't able to pick it. Oh, and he rips one down the line and right. That's a fair ball. Mayday cuts it off. Little bobble out there, and Lavorsi's going to end up at second with a one-out double. The second extra base hit for the Jackrabbits, along with the triple that they had last inning, which may guarantee that Adam Crampton gets an at-bat, who singled to start the two-run third. But Tora Otsuka will get to hit. And Otsuka, he's 0 for 1, but he has had huge games this season, including a 4 for 5 night against Traverse City in the last regular season game these two teams played here at Kokomo Municipal about a week and a half ago. That was last Friday that these two teams met up. 1-0 the count. Pitch to Otsuka is low, ball 2. 2-0 with Adam Crampton on deck. So two good hitters back-to-back in the lineup. Makes Ben Lavorsi's double that much bigger with Otsuka the hitter. Way out in front of a 2-0 changeup from Hoagland. Otsuka, big swing and miss. 2-1 the count, still in Otsuka's favor, a hitting count. Hoagland looks ready for the 2-1. He deals. Otsuka out in front of that one as well. A couple good pitches off speed from Hoagland to get a swing and a miss. And he works the count even at 2-2. Looking for a big out here. Trying to get a good hitter, a 400 hitter in the regular season. He only had one double, but that double came against the Pittsburghers. Hoagland ready, his 2-2 pitch. Is slapped to first. Monroe dives, he can't get it. It's into right field. And Lavorsi will hold at third. Runners are on the corners. With one away here, a chance for the Jackrabbits to score another run. That was under the glove of a diving Chris Monroe, just not able to make what would have been a huge play for a second out. Now it would take a double play to end the inning and not allow that runner to score. Crampton singled his first at-bat. First pitch swinging here, and he fouls it off the right side. Jackrabbits with a lot of California players. Not only from California, but they go to school on the West Coast. Crampton goes to school at Stanford. Pitch low and in, blocked by Proctor, 1-1. Great opportunity here for the Jackrabbits to add on to their lead with some insurance, and then the top of the order on deck as well. Pitch by Hogan, fastball just inside. Just missed the spot. It's 2-1. Little in on the hands. Time is called as a ball ended up on the field from some kids playing off in foul grounds by right field. Hitters count 2-1. And Crampton fouls it off. So 2-2. A big pitch coming here. This would be a huge strikeout for Hoagland if he's able to get it. Got to make a good pitch on 2-2. And he misses inside, so the count will run full to Adam Crampton with Jacob Marcy on deck. Payoff pitch. Hoagland deals. Crampton too short. Could be two. Fouls, flips to Camaletti for one. On to first. A big 6-4-3 double play that will end the inning and keep this at a 2-run ball game. What a turn. But the Pittsburghers trail by 2 still. 2-0. On to the 5th inning on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. Here in the top of the 5th inning, the Pittsburghers trail 2-0 against Steven Silvis, who has only allowed 2 hits. Both of those in the 2nd inning, has 6 strikeouts so far. But the pitch count is pretty high for 4 innings. He's thrown 72 pitches through 4 innings. The Pittsburghers are working counts and making him throw a lot of pitches. They're just not able to break through yet. Christian Faust leads off this inning. Checked his swing, did not go around. He struck out swinging with the bases loaded. His last time up was the second player to strike out with bases loaded right after Michael Stichels did, as they would not score in that situation. That ball gets away from Lavorsi. 2-1 the count. Well, if Faust reaches, the Jackrabbits know Proctor's going to put down a bunt. but a successful bunt would put him in scoring position. First have to get on base, and he's close here. It's a 3-ball, 1-strike count. Might work a walk. Anything to reach base. That pitch might have been inside, called strike 2 by Gomez behind the plate. And the count goes full. Well, big pitch due up here. Silvis is 3-2. Is called strike 3 across the knees, a fastball. And Faust didn't get the bat off the shoulder. There's one away. 7 strikeouts for Silvis. Well, Silvis is throwing strikes. That one was right down the middle that Faust took. That's his MO. He throws a lot of strikes. Proctor, that's actually a pretty good bunt. Silvis, though, will make the play to beat Proctor for out number 2. So Mario Camaletti will bat at the top of the order with no one on base. The opposite of what Kokomo's done. They've given their top of the order a chance with the runner on base, and they came through to score 2 runs. That's what Traverse City's going to have to do. Their bottom of the order is going to have to start coming through and getting on to give their hitters at the top a chance. Camaletti 0 for 2 in the game with a strikeout and a ground out. Chopper, slow roller, tough play for Crampton at short, and it's wide of first. I think Camaletti would have beat it out anyway with a single. We'll see if the official score agrees with me. Believe that should be a hit for Mario, and it is a hit. Camaletti with that base knock extends the inning with 2 outs for Tito Flores. We'll see if he can come through here. Flores is 0 for 2, just like Camaletti, a strikeout and a ground out. First pitch outside to Tito. One 0 count with Mario on first. Silva's taking a long time on the mound, finally delivers, and Flores holds for ball 2. Trying to make something happen here. Trying to bring home a run with 2 outs. Flores swinging 2-0 and just chops it a little foul. Two balls, 1 strike, but Flores still has a hitter's count. Two and 1 deals. Good breaking ball in the zone for strike 2. Now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pittsburgh hitters have been putting themselves really in holes. It's not just the fact that Silvis is getting ahead of hitters. They're just taking strike 2 a lot. They're not swinging at strike 2, and that puts them in a hole. Has to protect again. 2 and 2 down in the dirt, blocked, and the count will go full. So, here on 3 and 2 with 2 outs, Camaletti will be off and running from first base. He'll get a head start, so a base hit to a gap or down a line has a good chance to get Traverse City on the board. Payoff pitch is hit in the air to right field. Marcy will backtrack, and he will make the catch, and the inning is over. Halfway through 9 innings, and the Pittsburghers trail 2-0 in Kokomo on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the 5th here in Kokomo in Game 2 of a best-of-3 series. The Kokomo Jackrabbits leading the Pittsburghers 2-0 and have the top of their order here to lead it off. Jacob Marcy 1 for 2 with an RBI triple his last at-bat. Looking for more here. First pitch swinging, just got a tip of that ball. First pitch strike from Maddox Hoagland, who so far through 4 innings has allowed 5 hits and 2 runs. Only 1 walk though. So it's really been Jackrabbit hitters that have been doing the job. And that one on the right side, Camaletti, a nice play across his body. He's not going to get Marcy. He's going to be in there safe with a leadoff single. Jackrabbits continue to not try to do too much at the plate. Not really getting under a lot of balls. They are hitting a lot of line drives, and that's the key to success. And Marcy has a lot of wheels on first. Could be a steal situation, as Gavin Grant swings away at the first pitch and fouls it out of play. Grant is 0 for 1. Both at bats he's flown out to center field. The last one was a sacrifice fly brought home Marcy from third after his triple, as the Jackrabbits went up 2-0. Marcy takes off. That is a great jump. Proctor's throw is not going to be in time. A perfect jump by Jacob Marcy. I think he had Maddox Hoagland's timing down and used it to his advantage. Took off, and Proctor had no chance to make a play there. The pitch a called strike, though, so Grant in an 0-2 hole. And the 0-2 pitch Swung on and missed. A big strikeout there by Maddox Hoagland. Just his third strikeout, first strikeout since the second inning, one away. Brings in Chase Mydroth, the third baseman, 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Walk in the first, the walk in the third, single came back in the first. With Marcy on second base. First pitch takes up and in, ball 1. Mydroth, a .345 hitter in the regular season, was 0 for 4 yesterday, but has had his success against Traverse City. Was 0 for 4 the last 2 games that he's played the Pittsburghers. His last hit came on August 1st, was 2 for 5. Trying to get a big hit here. A little slow roll to third that Flores will field and throw on to Monroe at first to get the out. And Marcy has to hold up at second. So it's a very productive at-bat there. Gives Hoagland 2 outs. But a runner on second could score on a hit. Looking to deliver that hit is Dylan Dennis. Another California kid from Manhattan Beach. Dennis strikeout and a flyout so far tonight. Pitch low, good block by Adam Proctor. Keeps Jacob Marcy at second. Proctor, a great defensive catcher, had 1,000 fielding percentage at Michigan State in the spring. No errors. A wonderful defensive catcher. That's why he's in the game right now. Dennis trips at 1 and fouls it out of play on the right side. That foul ball will make it 1-1. Proctor clearly not in for his offense today because he's not able to swing the bat. Just there to give the Pittsburghers a great defensive presence behind the plate. 1-1. Hoagland looking back, Marcy, and he'll step off. And a balk is going to be called on Maddox Hoagland. And that's going to move Jacob Marcy down to third base.
They could have picked him off.
So now Marcy's on third with 2 outs, which leaves open the possibility of scoring on a pass ball. And now we'll score on a hit where the outfield would have had a chance to throw him out from second. Now he'll just score. He can walk home on a hit. But 2 strikes to Dennis. And Hoagland's pitch is inside for ball 2. 2-2 to the Kokomo first baseman. Trying to come through here with 2 outs and deliver a big hit. Another ball in the dirt and another good block by Adam Proctor. Keeping that one in front. The count will go full to Dylan Dennis. Luke Spillane waiting in the on-deck circle for his turn. Hoagland's 3-2. His payoff is popped up on the infield. That one should end the inning. Mario Camaletti calls off Chris Monroe and makes the catch. Inning over. Hoagland out of trouble, but trails 2-0 after 5. Headed to the 6th inning here in Game 2 on Pittsburgh Radio. Back here in Kokomo for the top of the 6th inning. A 2-0 ball game in favor of the Jackrabbits, trying to tie up this best-of-3 series and send it to a decisive Game 3 tomorrow. Evan Mayday will lead off for Traverse City here. First pitch swinging, just got a piece of it, went off of Lavorsi's mask, and then back to the screen. Mayday's 0 for 1 with a ground out and a walk. One of 2 walks issued by Steven Silvis, but other than that, he has been great so far tonight. Has allowed just 3 hits, has allowed 2 walks, has struck out 7 through 5. Pitching a shutout so far. Trying to change that is Traverse City, and they're at a good spot of the lineup to do it, with Mayday, Monroe, Younger, Ruse. And if Mayday can reach to lead off, that would be the best start possible with his speed. He can easily move around the bases, but he's down 1-2 to Silvis. And he deals, and Mayday takes low for ball 2, just low. Just below the knees. The fans wanted that one. But Gomez makes the ball call. And it's now 2-2. As Silvis deals here. Mayday up the middle. Might be a tough play for Grant. Fields throws. That is just in time to get Evan Mayday for out number 1. A lot of soft contact here for the Pittsburghers. Not able to muscle a lot of pitches out of the infield. Camaletti singled on a little dribbler to short. That ground ball by Mayday. In the 4th inning, there were a couple ground balls to shortstop that Crampton made a good play on. Not a lot of balls hit too hard. Even Zeb's single and Younger's single really weren't hit too hard. Younger's was just put in a perfect spot on the left side, and Zeb's was a soft liner into shallow left center. And with Chris Monroe up, he goes down 0-2 after taking a first pitch fastball and then chasing a breaking ball outside and low. That's the pitch to throw to him. Struck out his last at-bat. Takes one low here to make it 1-2. Monroe chased strike 3 his last time up. Trying to reach with 1 out. Silvis rocks in. He deals. Outside. Ball 2. Traverse City needs to take 5 more pitches here in the inning because Silvis would then hit 100 pitches and he would not be able to pitch another inning. And right now, getting to the bullpen is the best chance for success, it seems like. As Monroe goes down swinging at the fastball. Strikeout number 8 for Steven Silvis. And he's looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He has had 2 1-2-3 innings so far in the 1st and the 4th. And he's had 2 innings where he's only allowed 1 base runner, and the 3rd on a walk and the 5th on a single. Both in those occasions were with 2 outs. Only once has a base runner reached not with 2 outs. That was when they loaded the bases in the 2nd with nobody out. First pitch strike into Trey Younger, breaking ball that finds the zone. If Silvis doesn't hit 100, he could come out to pitch in the 7th. The way he's pitching, no reason that he wouldn't do that, as Younger hits one foul to 3rd. So that's pitch number 98. So if Silvis gets out of the inning on this pitch, he would be eligible to pitch in the 7th. But if he throws more than 1 pitch, he cannot pitch the 7th. So this is a big pitch. On 0-2, he deals And that ball is outside. Close, but it was off the plate. And that officially means this will be pitch 100. And that means Steven Silvas cannot pitch in the 7th. This will be his last inning. 1-2 to Younger. And that ball is outside as well. It actually gets through the legs of Lavorsi off his glove. So it is a 2-2 count with 2 outs. See if this is the last batter Silvas faces. Deals. Breaking ball. That's over the head of Trey Younger. So the count went from 0-2 now to 3-2 after 3 consecutive balls. It was a good take by Younger on 0-2 outside that allowed this count to get full. And now we wait for the payoff pitch. Silvas into the windup and fires. Younger little chopper that's going to go foul off the left side towards Kokomo's dugout. Getting Silvas out of the game is best case scenario for Traverse City, as they've not been able to do anything against him besides loading the bases in the 2nd. No runs on him. Another payoff pitch to Younger is dribbled to 2nd. Grant will field and throw, and the inning is over. Another 1-2-3 inning, the 3rd time that Silvas did that tonight. And he is through 6 shutout. On to the bottom half on Pit Spitter Radio. Bottom of the order for the Jackrabbits, rather in the middle of the order down to the bottom. 5, 6, 7 will hit, starting with Luke Spillane up 2-0. And Spillane is going to foul that one off, I think. Yes, foul that one off. So he comes back for an 0-1 pitch. Tried to bunt that, and I think it went off his finger, but he was in the process of bunting, so it's a strike. And Spillane is 0 for 2. So trying to just get on base any way he can. Gonna get checked on by his coach here after that foul ball off his hand. Trying to see if he's okay and good to go. Takes off the batting glove. Looked like it hit him maybe on the knuckles of his fingers. And so they're taking a second to make sure he's okay and able to continue. Now he's gripping the bat, making sure he's able to keep both hands on it. And it could be a situation like with Adam Proctor, where Proctor is not able to swing the bat because of a hit injury to his wrist. So he has to bunt. And now Spillane may have to keep bunting. Taking some dry swings. He seems okay. That will send the manager back to the dugout. And Spillane will continue this at bat here. Oh, 1. Hoagland deals. Spillane pops it up behind short. Faust is back, and he'll make the catch for out number 1. Hoagland has pitched well besides that third inning when he allowed a pair of hits to start the third, a single and a triple. You take away that inning, he's pitched well besides it. He has allowed 4 hits, not in the third inning, but has not allowed any other runs. Just that one inning that was a problem for him. First pitch to Cannon Vasquez, runs inside and hits him, so he will go to first base. That will bring out the pitching coach for Traverse City, Rocky Moriello. I have a little conversation, it looks like, with his pitcher. No, actually, he's just grabbing the ball that was over by the first base side of foul territory towards the pitch hitter dugout. He just grabbed it and tossed it to the umpire. Just lending a helpful hand. So Ben Lavorsi, the batter, the catcher, who doubled his last time up down the right field line. One of the rare players not on the West Coast in college. Plays at Minnesota State University, Mankato. Everyone else, though, in the starting lineup for the Jackrabbits is, I believe, from a West Coast school. Except for Jacob Marcy at the top of the lineup. He goes to Central Michigan. Everyone else, though, is going to a West Coast school. So there's only 2 players in the starting lineup not on the West Coast. One of them being Ben Lavorsi from Minnesota and Jacob Marcy to Central Michigan. So 7 West Coast kids and 2 players from the Midwest. That makes up the lineup. 1-1, Hoagland pick, and diving back in safely is Vasquez. See the same kind of trends, though, with Traverse City, but they have a little more variety. They have Monroe, who went to school in Illinois, now transferring to Central Michigan. Actually, right now, the entire starting infield for Traverse City, they go to school in the state of Michigan. 3 players from Central Michigan, Proctor behind the plate, Monroe at first, and Camaletti at second. Flores goes to the University of Michigan, Christian Faust at Grand Valley State in Michigan, and Maddox Hoagland at a community college in Michigan. 3-1 the count after that ball outside to Lavorsi. So really it's kind of a matchup of Michigan against the West Coast. In the outfield, you got the right fielder Evan Mayday, who goes to Hope College in Michigan, and then Zeb Ruse and Trey Younger, Wofford in South Carolina. That is a 5-pitch walk issued to Ben Lavorsi. He will reach base for the second time here. And that will put runners on first and second for the bottom of the lineup, the part of the lineup that can really hurt you, with Tora Otsuka and Adam Crampton due up. Otsuka's 1 for 2, Crampton is 1 for 2. Both over 300 in their averages in the regular season. Both can do damage. Otsuka, first pitch here, swing and a miss. Has not been able to touch the changeup from Maddox Hoagland. Is out in front of it and swinging over the top of it every time. Hoagland has had some success with that pitch. Otsuka's last time up singled on the right side of the infield. Through the diving glove of Chris Monroe. Fouls this one off the left side to the Kokomo dugout, and he's down 0-2. A lot of playoff scenarios on the line tonight and possibly tomorrow on where the semifinals will be played. There's 3 different possibilities for that. 0-2 the pitch. Otsuka to second. Camaletti flips to Faust. Faust on to Monroe. 4-6-3 double play. The second time the Pittsburghers have turned 2 to get out of a jam. Most recently in the 4th, now in the 6th. We go to the 7th. 3 innings left to play here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Kokomo, Indiana. And with the Pittsburghers trailing 2-0 headed to the 7th, they were not able to score in 6 innings against the starting pitcher Steven Silvis. Well, their job does not get any easier as they will now face Jackson Unier, the right-handed pitcher from Stillwater, Minnesota, plays his ball at Minnesota State University Mankato. He has pitched in 22 innings, has 19 strikeouts, 6 walks, has not allowed a single earned run, an ERA of 0 on the year. So if Pittsburghers want to make a comeback, they're going to have to start against a guy who was not allowed an earned run in 12 appearances, 22 innings. And right now they're going to have to start that comeback with the bottom of their lineup. Zeb Ruse, the leadoff hitter. The center fielder is 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Rips that one to left, falling, and a diving catch out there by Luke Spillane. That one, the hardest hit ball by a Pitts hitter tonight. Smoked on a line by Zeb, but right to Spillane in left. Hit it just a little bit too hard. And that is a lead-off out. That lead-off out brings in Michael Steigels. The designated hitter is 0 for 2. Has struck out and has grounded out in 2 plate appearances. That strikeout came with the bases loaded and nobody out in the second inning, as the Pitts hitters were not able to score with the bases loaded, no one away. And that's the second time this season that they have loaded the bases with nobody out and have failed to score a run. And right now, down by 2, that is proving very costly. Two and one now, the count to Michael Steigels, who has taken a couple balls and 1 strike. Hasn't swung the bat yet. Hasn't gotten the pitch he likes from Unier. The 2-1, he liked that one, and he's late on it and fouls it straight back. So now has to protect with 2 strikes. It is 2-2. Unier has faced the Traverse City Pittsburghers twice this season. Has pitched 3 innings, has allowed 2 hits, 1 walk, no runs. Breaking ball. Steigels was late on it as he had to react to that pitch, but is able to foul it off and stay alive. An ERA of 0, a whip of .76, which means he allows less than 1 base runner per inning. That is a very good number. His 2-2 again. Steigels to right field, and Marcy will make that catch. So a pair of well-hit line drives will not find outfield grass. They're both caught, and that brings in Christian Faust with 2 outs. And with Adam Proctor on deck, if Faust reaches, that means Proctor would just be putting down a bunt. Faust 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Little flare to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. 4th time that the Pittsburghers have gone down in order in 7 innings. Not able to get the offense going. And they trail 2-0 headed to the bottom of the 7th inning here on Pittsburgh Radio. Bottom of the 7th, a 2-0 game in favor of the Jackrabbits, and they're going to start here with Adam Crampton, the same spot that they started the 3rd inning when they scored their only 2 runs in the game, the only 2 runs by any team. Crampton singled to lead off the 3rd, the first of a pair of hits, as they took a 2-0 lead. So Crampton will be looking to do the same thing as he did in the 3rd inning. Not what he did in the 4th when he hit into an inning-ending double play with runners on the corners. 2-0 the count to him, though. And now 3-0 as Hoagland's not able to find the strike zone. Still in the game here in the 7th. Has pitched well, just hasn't gotten run support from his offense. 3-0's in there for a strike. It's 3-1. That's 95 pitches now for Hoagland, as this will be his last inning regardless. It just depends how far he goes. 3-1 to Crampton is hit to second. Camaletti, a sliding play, gathers, throws, and not in time. Crampton is safe at first. A little bobble by Camaletti is all it took for Crampton to beat out that ground ball. And just like in the 3rd, Crampton leads off with a base hit for the top of the order. And for some reason, the official score gave that an error on Camaletti, which doesn't make sense considering he had to slide to make a play. Regardless, Crampton's on first for the top of the order, and Jacob Marcy. Marcy tripled Crampton home in the 3rd inning after he led off with a single. That was after he failed to get a bunt down. So we'll see if he'll be bunting this time or if he'll just swing away. Takes that one for a strike. It's 1-1. Not scoring around on those first 2 pitches. So it looks like he'll be swinging here. Trying to come through with another big hit. He is 2 for 3. Chases that one down low, swing and a miss. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes. This could be a big out here if Hoagland can get Marcy out on strikes, or just get him to keep one in the infield. Ground ball, pop up, something. 1-2, fires, and it's fastball high. Marcy lays off. 2-2 the count as Hoagland throws pitch 100, so his night will be done after this inning. Has 10 more pitches until he has to come out of the game. Ready for a 2-2. Little pick over, and Crampton dives back into the bag. Right-hander Anthony Ramirez is getting ready in the Traverse City bullpen. For when his number is called, he'll be ready. 2-2. Crampton takes off running. Marcy takes that ball high. The throw down to second base in plenty of time. Crampton is thrown out trying to steal. Proctor with the cannon. And that is why he is in the game playing defense. He might not be able to swing the bat, but he has the strongest arm on the team, and he shows it off there. Guns down Crampton. The pitch was a ball to Marcy, so it's a full count, though that takes away the leadoff base runner. Marcy to left field. That ball is going, and that ball is going to drop. Younger couldn't get there all the way to the wall. Marcy will settle with a double at second base, and that now makes the caught stealing so huge, as Crampton would have easily scored on that ball had he not been thrown out stealing. Even if he stayed at first and didn't try to steal, he would have scored from first, no doubt. So that caught stealing keeps a run off the board, but it puts speed on second base for Gavin Grant, who already has an RBI tonight, a sac fly in the third inning, but he's 0 for 2. He doesn't have a hit. Could mean he's due for one here, as he went hitless yesterday, though, 0 for 3. First pitch swinging, comes up empty on it. Another West Coast kid from Washington. So one of the West Coast guys not from California, and he plays his college ball at the University of Oregon in Eugene. His Oregon Ducks made a run at the College World Series, but lost in the Super Regionals. The count to Grant is 0-2. Hoagland looking for a big out here. He deals, and Grant went down swinging. Proctor puts the tag on him as that one hit the dirt. A huge strikeout to Grant for out number 2. Chase Mydroth will be the batter, but it looks like before that we will get a pitching change. Josh Rebant is out of the dugout. And yes, the motion has been made, so Anthony Ramirez will come in to face Mydroth. Maddox Hoagland did everything he could tonight. 6 2/3. He allowed 7 hits, only 2 runs, and that should have been enough to leave with the lead. Just hasn't gotten that support from his offense. So as Ramirez comes in, we'll take a short break and be back in a second here on Pit Spitter Radio. Back in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Anthony Ramirez from Cal State Stanislaus will pitch here in a big spot with a runner on second. That's Jacob Marcy. And he is facing Chase Mydroth, one of the best hitters on this Jackrabbit team. Probably second best behind Marcy. But Mydroth, 1 for 2 tonight. He was hitless yesterday, facing a pitcher in Ramirez who likes to work his off-speed and breaking balls. Tries to get hitters out in front, and so far this season he has been pretty successful in doing so. He's pitched almost the most on the team in terms of appearances. He's making now his 20th appearance on the year. which is tied now for the most trips out of the bullpen. In terms of a relief pitcher, he has pitched the second most innings. ERA of 3.38, but a 2-0 count to Mydroth to start. Third pitch, Mydroth is early on as he shoots it foul down the left side. Mydroth singled in the first, and then he walked in the third. His last at-bat in the fifth inning, he rolled one over to third base with Marcy on second as well. Ramirez will be looking to produce a similar result here and get out of the inning. 2-1 the count. As Ramirez looks Marcy back, he deals. Mydroth hits one high to left center field. That ball's going back. Younger is there at the track to make a catch on a deep fly ball. Mydroth gave it a scare, but Ramirez ends the inning. No more runs on the board, but the Pittsburghers still trail. They're down 2 with only 2 innings left to play here in Game 2 of this series here on Pittsburgh Radio. Welcome back to Pittsburgh Radio. There are 2 innings left here in Game 2 of a best-of-3 series. A pinch hitter will enter the ball game for Adam Proctor. Down 2 runs, don't want to leave Proctor in there because he's not able to swing the bat. So Logan Heilich will come in to hit. He started the previous 6 games with Proctor on the bench. And he gets his first action of Game 2. Takes strike 1 from Jackson Unier, who had a 1-2-3 7th inning. Pittsburgh's last 7 batters have gone down. Their last hit came in the 5th inning. I went outside, so the count 1-1 to Logan Heilich. Heilich was 0 for 2 last night. Did have a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning and then was pinch hit for, or a defensive sub. Adam Proctor came in the 7th. Proctor was 0 for 2, which gives Heilich a chance at the dish. He takes one close for a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. This is a big at-bat because the Jackrabbits, twice tonight, they have threatened to score and have scored once when they put on the leadoff man at the bottom of the order because they turned over. You get the top of the order up with runners on base. And that has been big successfully. Heilich gives that one a little ride to left center field, but making the catch will be the center fielder, Camden Vasquez, one away. Have to feel that if the Pittsburghers don't get something going here, then they are going to fall in game 2. If the top of their order can't produce a run, then they would leave it up to the middle down towards the bottom. Only 3 hits for Traverse City tonight. 1 by Zeb Ruse, 1 by Trey Younger, 1 by the guy at the plate, Mario Camaletti. He's 1 for 3. Big swing and a miss at the first pitch from Unir. Camaletti singled his last at-bat on a slow chopper to the shortstop, Adam Crampton. Had a home run last night, a big 2-run shot. In the series, he's 2 for 8. Takes one outside. Little two-seamer from Unir that pushes off the plate. Flores on deck, and then Evan Mayday. Gotta get something going here at the top of the lineup. As Camaletti fouls one straight back, so he goes down 1-2. Struck out in the first, so he has to protect the plate here with 2 strikes. See what Unir decides to go with on 1-2. Different pitcher than Silvis. He's a fly ball pitcher, has been getting outs in the air. On 1-2, Camaletti fouls off that pitch to stay alive. Silvis was getting a lot of ground ball outs. As a matter of fact, in 6 innings, Steven Silvis only got 1 of his outs on a ball hit in the air. The rest were strikeouts or ground outs. But Unir has all 4 of his outs in the air. 2 different pitchers, but getting the same results. Another 1-2 to Mario. Breaking ball called strike 3. Mario took it, left the bat on the shoulder, and down to the final 4 outs is Traverse City tonight. Second time that Camaletti has gone down on strikes. It's the 9th team strikeout for Traverse City. And with 2 outs, Flores trying to get something going here. If Flores doesn't reach base, then the Pittsburghers would have Evan Mayday, Chris Monroe, and Trey Younger in the 9th. Not a terrible spot to start. So there will still be hope for the Pittsburghers if it gets to that point where they have to lead off with Mayday, even if they let off with Monroe. 1-0 to Flores is low for ball 2. Still looking back at that second inning where the Pittsburghers loaded the bases, nobody out. Had they even scored 1 run, this game would feel a lot closer, but 2-0 in the 8th inning makes it feel like a bigger deficit than it really is. As Flores fouls back the 2-0 fastball. So it's 2-1. With 2 outs, no one on. Unir set for the pitch. Fires it over the head of Flores. That ball slipped out of his hand and ended up over Flores. So the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. 1 ball away from reaching successfully to extend the inning with 2 outs for Mayday and bringing the potential tying run up to the plate. 3-1 from Jackson Unir. He deals. Flores, hard hit, but right at the shortstop, Crampton, and that will end the inning. 10 straight Pittsburghers have been sat down, not able to get the offense going. Only 3 hits through 8 innings, and they're down 2-0 here on Pittsburgh Radio. bottom of the 8th here in Kokomo. Game 2 of the best of 3 series. And unless the Pit Spitters tie or take the lead in the top of the 9th, this will be the last at-bats for the Jackrabbits tonight. Leading off is the first baseman, Dylan Dennis, against Anthony Ramirez, who came in and got Chase Mydroth to fly out to end the 7th inning. He'll start here in the 8th. Interesting note for the Jackrabbits here tonight is they're leading 2-0. They have left exactly 1 runner on base in every inning. So they've left 7 runners on base in 7 innings, where the Pit Spitters have only left 5 on base. But 3 of those were in 1 inning with the bases loaded. Dennis gets hit by a pitch here that runs inside. So the Jackrabbits will get a leadoff base runner at the middle of their lineup as they try for some insurance to protect the lead. It looks like an arm's getting ready in Kokomo's bullpen. Looks like they're getting the reliever ready. I believe that is Tommy Peltier, the closer. Luke Spillane, the batter. The left fielder's 0 for 3. Shows bunt, but pulls back on a ball. It's not going to be that much easier for the Pit Spitters in the 9th with Peltier in. He is a fantastic closer. That ball bunted foul by Spillane. Well, just looking ahead, Peltier on the season, he's only allowed 7 earned runs in 25 innings pitched, has a 2.45 ERA. He leads the Northwoods League in saves in the regular season with 10 of them. So that would be the pitcher in the 9th. That would be a tall hill to climb. Down 2 runs would be hard enough. But if the Jackrabbits get 1 or 2 insurance runs, then this could be a much different story. Two 2-1 the count to Spillane, who is going to bunt. He's just waiting on a strike from Ramirez. Trying to push Dennis to scoring position. Shows again. And that one gets away from Heilich. So down to second base goes Dylan Dennis on the wild pitch. And now a bunt would move Dennis to third with 1 out. In a 3-1 count, Ramirez just has to throw a strike. And the bunt gets put down successfully. High throw to first, but just in time. Spillane is out. Monroe able to keep the foot on the bag. But the Jackrabbits get a runner on third base with 1 out, so the infield is going to be drawn in. Would have been an out with the runner on second, but that wild pitch threw a wrench in things, and the Jackrabbits can get a big insurance run here. Camden Vasquez is the hitter. And that pitch goes behind Vasquez. That's going to score a run. Poor pitching here in the inning. A pair of wild pitches are going to lead to a Jackrabbits run. So without a base hit, without a ball even put in play, the Jackrabbits score another run. They're on top 3-0. So now Camden Vasquez hitting with 1 out and nobody on base. Big swing and a miss there for the first strike. That makes this game a lot more manageable for the Jackrabbits, as they will look to shut out Traverse City and send this series to a decisive Game 3 tomorrow night here in Kokomo. 1-2 the count to Vasquez. Ramirez set into the windup. He deals. Vasquez to center. Zeb will come in, make the catch. So the sacrifice bunt works to perfection on a couple wild pitches. He came in to score. Might have came in to score anyway on that fly ball. It might have been deep enough to center field, but we'll never know, as Dennis came home on the wild pitch behind Vasquez to the backstop. No one on and 2 outs for Ben Lavorsi. The catcher for Kokomo is 1 for 2 with a double and a walk, and make him 2 for 3. A single to right field over the head of Monroe, to the left of Camaletti. Another multi-hit night for Lavorsi against Traverse City, doing the exact same thing he did the last time that the Pittsburghers were here in Kokomo, and that's just flicking the bat out and putting the ball into shallow right field. Surprised they're not shifting farther to the right side and getting him out. So now the inning continues for Tora Otsuka, the right-handed, or the left-handed designated hitter from San Diego. He's 1 for 3. He has a hit in every game against Traverse City this season, including the regular season. Chops that one foul. Singled in the 4th. His last at-bat, he hit into a 4-6-3 double play. Ramirez trying to get a ground ball out here. That would end the inning. The 1-1, he deals, and Otsuka swings and misses on a ball down and in for the second strike. The Pittsburghers will have Evan Mayday, Chris Monroe, and Trey Younger up to bat in the 9th. Following that will be Zeb Roos and Michael Steigels if they get up to the plate. 1-2 to Otsuka. Ramirez fires, and Otsuka just slaps that one foul out of play into the seats. Able to stay alive. On the day, looking at the next 3 hitters, Evan Mayday is 0 for 2 with a walk. Chris Monroe was 0 for 2 with a walk, a pair of strikeouts. And Trey Younger is 1 for 3. Zeb Roos is 1 for 3. Another 1-2 from Ramirez. Looks in, and he fires. Otsuka slaps it foul again off to the left side, out of play. Staying alive in the count with Adam Crampton on deck. He's 2 for 3 tonight, and then the top of the order after him, trying for a big 2-out rally. Ramirez ready. Another 1-2. Finally gets Otsuka's swing to end the inning. 3 outs remain here for Traverse City, trying to come back from a 3-run deficit and claim the Great Lakes East title. Kokomo trying to force Game 3 tomorrow. Be back for the 9th on Pittsburgh Radio. back here in Kokomo for the top of the ninth inning. 3 outs remain for the Pittsbitters, or else they will fall. The series will even at 1 game apiece, and we will play a decisive Game 3 tomorrow to find out who will take on the winner of Fond du Lac in Wisconsin to play for a shot at the Northwoods League Championship. Tommy Peltier is the new pitcher, the left-handed closer for Kokomo in the regular season, led the Northwoods League in saves with 10. Last time he faced Traverse City, he faced him twice in a 4-day stretch. Total, he's faced the Pittsbitters 4 times, and 3 of those were for a save that he successfully got without allowing a runner to score. He actually didn't even allow a base runner. And all 3 of them, a perfect 3-batter save 3 times against Traverse City. But the last time he faced the Pittsbitters, he pitched the 9th and the 10th here in Kokomo, and Traverse City scored 2 runs off of him. So he is vulnerable. 2 runs. But the Pittsbitters have to get a lead-off base runner, you would think, to have a chance. His worst outing came against Kenosha Kingfish on July 16th, where he gave up 3 earned runs in 1 inning. Well, that's what the Pittsbitters need to keep this game going. Evan Mayday is the leadoff hitter. It's a lefty-lefty matchup, not in his favor, but if he can somehow get on board here, scratch himself on base, there's nothing but right-handers due up, creating a matchup problem for Peltier. 1-1 to Mayday is taken high for ball 2, 2-1. August 5th is when Peltier faced Traverse City. Did get 3 big strikeouts, but gave up 2 runs, 1 in the 9th, 1 in the 10th. That was an extra inning game that Traverse City won 4-3. 2-1 up the middle. Evan Mayday will lead off the 9th with a base hit, exactly what the Pittsbitters need. Trying to make a 3-run comeback. It starts with a single up the middle. Just the 4th hit for Traverse City tonight. The first hit since the 5th inning. 10 straight batters were retired before Mayday's single right there. It brings in the big bat of Chris Monroe. This is a matchup problem. The right-handed bat of Monroe against the lefty Peltier. And Peltier, a fastball pitcher, well, Monroe demolishes fastballs. The last time Chris Monroe faced Peltier, he was not in the lineup when these 2 teams met on August 5th. Didn't face him on August 1st. It's been a long time since Monroe has seen Peltier. Last time he faced him was July 22nd, and Monroe grounded out to the shortstop. 1-1 the count. Monroe on the ground to second. That is going to be a double play. 4-6-3. And the Jackrabbits are 1 out away from a 3-0 shutout victory, which would force Game 3 tomorrow. Right now, looking at the around the league scoreboard, the Waterloo Bucks winning 3-0 over Duluth. If they win, they move on to the second round. Mankato and St. Cloud tied at 1. If St. Cloud wins, they move on to the second round. If Mankato wins, then Game 3 will be tomorrow. And the one to look out for, Madison Mallards up 3-0 over the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. And that's where we get into the matchup discussion. All depends on how this game shakes out first. 1-0 to Trey Younger. And Younger fouls one off the right side. It would take a big 2-out rally with Younger and then Zeb Ruse, Michael Steigels, Christian Faust, Logan Heilich, and then the top. It would take a lot for this game to be tied, but never say never. Pittsbitters did score 4 runs yesterday. In the 6th inning, they scored 3 of those runs in a row without getting an out. So it is possible. As Younger takes strike 2, down to the final strike go the Pittsburghers. Could be a good sign for tomorrow, though. The offense not going today. They very, very rarely slump for 2 days in a row. So expect offense tomorrow. 1-2 pitch here from Pelletier trying to close it. Inside on Younger, almost got a piece of his foot. So the count evens up at 2-2. A lot of 2s on the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Trey Younger, batter number 2. That's his number. The left fielder's 1 for 3, looking to extend this ball game. Just one more batter. And swings and misses. Down goes Younger. Down go the Pittsburghers. And we have a series. This loss sets up a decisive Game 3 that will be played tomorrow here in Kokomo at 6:35 Eastern Time. Now this is where the matchups start to come into play because Kokomo holds home field advantage throughout the Great Lakes portion of the playoffs. So if they win tomorrow, they will host regardless of who wins between the Madison Mallards and the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders. If the Pittsburghers win tomorrow, then they will either play Fondy or Madison. If Madison wins tonight or tomorrow, if they win the series, the Pittsburghers would host the Mallards in the semifinals. But if the Fond du Lac Dock Spiders win the series, Traverse City would travel to Fond du Lac to play the Dock Spiders in the semifinals because Fondy has the home field advantage based on regular season records. So a lot is on the line here. 3 different scenarios for who plays where. And tomorrow the Pittsburghers will go with their left-handed ace, Aaron Gustafson, who has been really good all season long, especially since returning from his little break in the middle of the season. Was on a temporary deal at the start and then went on a temp deal, had a little break of over a month, came back and has been stellar since. He will get the ball tomorrow, trying to push Traverse City into the semifinals of the Northwoods League playoffs, into the Great Lakes finals against the winner of Madison and Fond du Lac. Tomorrow, 6:35 here on Pittsburgh Radio. I will be here for the call. And if Traverse City loses, it would be the last game of the season. But the defending champs from 2019 will not go down without a fight. And they will be ready to go, especially if Madison wins. They want one more game at Turtle Creek Stadium. So expect a great ball game to be played tomorrow and expect the offense to show up unlike they did tonight, only getting 4 hits and being shut out. Expect a good game tomorrow, and I'll be on the call for it right here, 6:35 Eastern Time on Pittsburgh Radio. We'll see you then.